The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Monday, the 28th day of April 2025. Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy. I'm Jamel Hartman, and Maya Palacio will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in the news break brought to you by People's. Happy Monday. How's everyone feeling today? Happy Monday to every last one of you. I'm feeling good, man. Well, you know, Mondays are one of my favorite days of the week, if not my favorite. So I'm excited. I'm happy. Happy to see you all. Hopefully you had how was everyone's weekend? Did everyone have a great weekend this past weekend? We certainly did. And I'm not trying to brag or rub it in. I'm really not. But if you didn't get to make it to the gala, probably, depending on your vibe, and if you watch this show, your vibe is probably as mature as the gala was. But if you missed it, you probably missed one of the most inspiring, most engaging, best events you'd probably go to in Bermuda this year. Again, not trying to rub it in, but we told you all get tickets. I guarantee you did nothing better on Saturday night. As Sancha says right here, you know, she's still on a high from Saturday night. Check the lights and back. Yeah, those have kind of been there. I would just try to figure out how to put them on. But yeah, you missed a good time. You missed a good time. I absolutely loved what we were able to do, from honoring Glenn Blakeney for his contribution to media, to having a conversation led by Hazel Clark, moderating a conversation about the role and value of local media. Props, look, man, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Props to the Royal Gazette, Bermuda Press Holdings, and their CEO, Jonathan House. Enough love and respect to Trevor Lindsay, TNN. Jasmine Patterson and Bermuda Broadcasting Company, as well as Nikita Robinson and Inter-Island Communications. Folks, I am just overwhelmed with thanks and gratitude for them and their willingness to collaborate and really put on something that I believe should have been beneficial to Bermuda. And in truth, as you know me, I don't just hide or sit behind a mic. You know, I'm not one to complain about the space I'm in. I want to fix it. I want to change it. And that's why this show kind of exists. One of the many reasons. So every last person, again, no shame, who was unable to make it, thankfully, we've brought on a new team member, Disa Booth, who recorded it all. And I know you've seen some people's individual pictures, but watch when you see the other ones. You'll be like, wow, it seems I missed a great night. See, Sanchez says it was a great night. She said the panel was so informative. Emily Gildill says, Jamal, you are smiling brighter than usual. Your smile is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, madam. I appreciate you, MP. And I missed you. So many of your colleagues were in his house, and I must do it. I must do it because I'm going to say this before we jump into today's conversation. A big thank you to the Minister of Tourism, Transport, Culture, and Sport, Owen Darrell, and his colleagues, the Honorable Minister Diallo Rabane and Minister Tanae Furbert and MP Kim Swan, MP Renee Ming, Senator Misha Fubler, MP Dwayne Robinson, MP Robin Tucker. These folks don't like me every day. I say some things that they don't like. So I am appreciative of them engaging and coming out and being a part of something that I believe is created. It was created to move Bermuda forward. It was. Suzanne Ingham says, awesome Monday, Jamel. I like your background. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Suzanne. Karen Simmons says, we had a great evening and my table mates were top tier. I wonder who were your table mates? Who was at your table? Helene Swan says, the Daily Hour Gala was by far the best gala I've ever been to. It was extremely organized. Bruce and I had a blast. We were color coordinated. The Swans and I were here. The Swans and I were here. We were color coordinated. Michelle White says, Saturday, Jamal. All right. So let's get into today's conversation, folks. Let's get into today's conversation. Excuse any Wi-Fi issues we may have. This is Bermuda, so we are challenged at times. But let's get into today's conversation, and we're going to continue on from the gala. We're going to continue on from the gala with today's conversation. And the gala, we were talking about the value of media and journalism. And again, thank you to the Royal Gazette for covering it. So just give you some highlights. The daily discussion is brought to you by our friend. Well, I didn't finish giving you everything. So first off, greetings, everyone, and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today as we welcome Chasity Armstrong on. We're going to be discussing the TLF, Technology Leadership Forum Summer Internship Program. The daily play is going to be Bermuda Trivia today. So get your thinking caps on, folks. But also don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on and help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. I have a very big announcement for you at the end of this show. So I haven't even told the Daily Hour team this announcement. So you're going to hear it at the same time as them or before some of them. Share this conversation with your friends, your family, your colleagues. You don't want to miss this. Something. All right. So the daily discussion is brought to you by our friends at Titan Express and Secure Trucking. Today we're going to be discussing. Here's the question: what is the value of local media to you? What is the value of local media to you? That's the question, and a yes or no question for you as well. Would you pay for a news subscription? Yes or no? Would you pay for a news subscription? Yes or no? And while you answer that, I'm just going to read. Once again, thanks to Jonathan Howells, the Chief Executive Officer of Bermuda Press Holdings, Trevor Lindsay, the head CEO of TNN, Hazel Clark, who moderated so gracefully, Jasmine Patterson, who is a deputy news director and journalist at Bermuda Broadcasting, and Nikita Robinson, who is a radio personality at InterIsland Communications. So during the forum, the panel, they discussed a variety of things, but a couple of things stood out. And Mr. Halls the CEO of Bermuda Press Holdings, which is the parent company of the Royal Gazette, he highlighted the importance of advertisers to the media, including those who supported media entities in the long term. He said, without their support, there's no journalism. And I think it's important that we all need to work together. He said the Royal Gazette has made moves to address its advertising needs, including redesigning of the newspaper's website last year. He added that being more collaborative with its partners could address advertising shortfalls. Mr. Lindsay said he had a marketing team to advance his company's plans. He says, I sell my product, I have my team, so there is money out there, but you have to got to work for it. You've got to work hard. You can sell your product, you just have to work. Speaking on challenges in finding sources for a story, Ms. Patterson said, just getting the story in itself is indeed a challenge. There's a lot of information that is held by the government, but easily accessible. That information often proved difficult. She added that I can't say it's an easy job, but just because we don't get a response from the government doesn't mean we do not have a story. Often we lose out on a balanced story because we don't have the government's response. I think we just have to lock it down and keep working for the community because that's who we ultimately serve. And Trevor Lindsay supported her view, saying there had previously existed a more harmonious relationship between the state and the media. So let's touch on that because, again, the role of the media in a democracy, its function is more important than ever. But to each and every one of you individually, what is the value of media to you? But also just a yes or no. No one pay broadcasting, TNN, Intel Communications, or even the Daily Hour said, you know what? The advertising dollars are not there. We want to get you the stories you want. We want to get you the exclusives. Congratulations. Congratulations. Love to hear that. What are your thoughts, though? Would you pay for a news subscription? Hadeline Swan says yes. She says yes, she would pay for a news subscription. Anyone else? Yes or no? Would you pay for a news subscription? And what is the value of local media to you? Like, what value do you put on it, if any? What value do you put on it? Because I tell you, I think the government does value media. And I'll tell you why. They know to do their job, they need the media. IB companies understand the value of local media. They understand that to stay in the good graces of the public, they need to put PR out and about. Everyone in some way values media. But what is the value of local media to you? How do you value it? Charles H. Jefferson II says, as opposed to paying directly for a subscription, I wouldn't mind some sort of tax that is split with media entities based on some sort of formula. I believe they do something similar in Switzerland. Well, Charles, here's the other question of the morning. Do you believe government should offer incentives for business to support local media? Do you believe the government should offer incentives for businesses to support local media? And here's what I mean by that. The concern is that the advertising dollars are not there. I agree with Trevor. There is money there. It's whether or not they choose to spend it there. One of the panelists mentioned there are all these international companies here. They don't advertise. They don't need to. Can government... Craig Simmons said when he was on recently about government removing the duty tax for businesses. Okay, I agree with that. But also, can you offer incentives if you spend, now, wait for it now, You've got a lot of, and I'll call names, you've got CG, you've got Scooter Mart, right? You've got a number of companies spending money on Google, right? Which is money going outside the country, right? Could the government offer an incentive? Well, we'll offer you the opportunity to keep your money in Bermuda and we'll give you this tax break if you support local media. What will that do? It was mentioned at the panel, during the panel on Saturday night. It will give local companies the opportunity to not just hire locals, but to support and educate them. This morning, we have Chasity Armstrong on talking about the Technology Leadership Summit Internship Program for IT students. We need this for local media. I know I have my bias about this industry because it's a space that I work in, a space that I love, a space that I literally will spend the rest of my life in. It's what I love to do. For it to work, we need some things to happen though. But audience, yes or no, do you believe government should offer incentives for businesses to support local media? And again, what is the value of local media to you? What is the value? Polly Rich says yes. She'd pay for a subscription, as well as Emily Gail Dill. Yes. We've got Michelle White said, I find that media in a variety of formats increases its value. I find that if it's flat, just print it, does not encourage my attention, so I'm likely not to pay. My time is limited. I appreciate that honesty. I appreciate that honesty. It's almost like me. So for me, my attention span, it's why I kind of can't do church as well, because, you know, people laugh at me when I say this, but I need to go to a church that's like the Daily Hour, where while the preacher's preaching, I could put my hand up and ask a question. I'm telling you that church is going to come. It's just a matter of who does it first, right? We all know churches are the last to break tradition sometimes. That's one thing. The other thing is, me watching a podcast is, it cannot be recorded because I believe in live engagement. Again, hence the Daily Hour. I believe people should be able to question me. And so I want to be able to question people, what they're saying, right? In real time. So I get what Michelle's saying in terms of attention. To keep my attention, it has to be engaging. It has to be engaging. Suzanne Ingham says, we need to keep money on the island, not foreign entities like Google. Absolutely. And, you know, I said it last week. I believe Rick Olson said, when we had Jonathan Halls on 2 weeks ago, said, oh, well, it makes more sense to advertise on YouTube. That's insane, because you're a business owner. You're the same person who say locals are not coming buying. Well, if you're putting your money outside the island, can you be mad at locals who say, I'm not going out to eat in Bermuda, I'll save my money to go out and eat when I'm in New York or in Jamaica, right? We all have to think differently, because whether we believe it or not, everyone needs the media. Everyone needs media. You may not think you need it, but you do. Guess what? Some of you are employed today because of the media. You saw a job posting in the Royal Gazette. Some of you are more informed because of that story that Gary Foster Skelton broke on Bermuda Broadcasting. Or Sam Strangeways gave you insight as to what was going on with the Gaming Commission. Or Trevor Lindsay broke the story about the Bermuda Tourism Authority so that you know where your money is going when it comes to these quangos and how it's being spent. Charles H. Jefferson II, he says, with CIT coming, that's the corporate income tax, will there be any tax breaks for supporting local charities? I would support something similar for local media. I'm glad you brought that up, Charles, because I believe that there was something, and correct me if I'm wrong, audience, that IB companies got breaks if they gave a certain amount. Here's my challenge with charity. It's so easy, and this has been the method, and I'm going to say it, for rich white companies to maintain and what's it called? Laptops and school backpacks here. That doesn't move our community forward. What media companies are doing is not charitable. It's truly economic when you hire people. Because in the words of former Premier Craig Kennedy, the best charity is jobs. Too many times, certain businesses in Bermuda who don't like to spend advertising dollars and support local media, but they'll send you a press release in a second. Too many of them will let go workers and then immediately turn around and give $10,000 to charity. That's how they work. That's how these corporations work. And so they get you on their good side. Oh, they're great. They're not. I'm here to tell you they're not. Believe it, they're not. Derek Hendrickson says, I believe government should offer incentives. Not sure how I would pay for a subscription, though. It would probably take some consistent personal relevance, to subscribe. Indeed. I got you. Our guest. Fix that for tomorrow. But just want to give a shout out to everyone. Like I said, if you missed Saturday night, I'm just going to go back to what Sancha and some of the our audience said. Sancha said she's still on a high from Saturday. It was a great night. Karen Simmons said we had a great evening and my table mates were top tier. And Hedleen Swan says the Daily Hour Gala was the best gala I've ever been to. Well organized. Bruce and I had a blast. And props to Keitha and Hannah for putting it together. And all of the vendors, Chico, So and So Hires, Song Concepts, Mixry. Like there were so many people involved to make this happen. And I am overjoyed and grateful to the Ministry of Culture, Transport, Tourism, and Sport. I'm overjoyed with the support from People's Pharmacy, as well as the Bermuda Economic Development Corporation. And the people who continue to tune in and watch this show, I'll just say this, man. If you didn't make it, I hope you at least get to watch it once it's made available on video so that you can understand the importance and value of the work that goes on for you. Kenton Trott says, I am just waking up from Saturday night. I believe you, I believe you because friends at Titan Express and Secure Trucking. Let's show them some love and then we'll bring Maya in for Daily Hour News Break.
The Daily Discussion is brought to you by Titan Express and Secure. Visit TitanEXBDA.com, your leading tour and transport provider specializing in Black History tours throughout the island. And SecureBDA.com for all your property management, waste management, residential, and commercial trucking needs. Professional, punctual, and reliable service is our commitment to you.
All righty, let's bring Maya in for Daily Hour News Break.
Good morning.
Hey, how are
Not
you?
you,
You look like
Shouty.
you're on location.
I am on location right now here for my news story this morning. It is quite windy in St. David's.
All right. Well, St. David's is like being in another country, so the weather's probably very different in St. David's than other parts of Bermuda, huh?
It definitely has its qualities.
Yeah. But as you can see, folks, both Maya and myself are in Bermuda, so the internet's just a bit different than what we're used to. We love Bermuda, don't get us wrong, but we're hoping that we can get some improvements going forward. So Maya, how was the gala for you?
I thoroughly enjoyed the gala last night, and like you said, the panel was something that we all needed to hear. I think a lot of us in media and even the government, what Jasmine had to say was so relevant. And I was sitting in the back just remembering other days when I was in university and reaching out to different ministers and government officials and getting responses back within like 30 minutes versus here in Bermuda, I'm following up and following up and following up. And by that time, the story's basically dead, right? And like you said, we're kind of forced to just put out a story that's not completely balanced because we don't always get the feedback back at a timely manner.
Indeed. Well, I'm happy that we had it. It was an awesome evening. As Charles Jeffers II says here, well done, TDH. It was a great night celebrating media. I hope this is the beginning of more coming together and collaboration between the entities, indeed. So what you got for us down in St. David's today?
Okay, well, good morning, everyone. This is your Daily Hour News Break brought to you by the good people at People's Pharmacy. So starting our news break this morning, here I am in St. David's at the Memorial for Those Lost at Sea. It's a moving tribute by multi-award-winning Bermudan artist Bill Ming. Now, Bill Ming has a really strong history in art in Bermuda and also in the Americas as well as in London. A quick bio about the gentleman himself, because he's done so much within the island. He's a sculptor and he draws inspiration from personal experiences and a rich cultural heritage that originates again in Africa, the Americas, and in Europe. His work draws on his transcultural memories and experiences, most recently connecting to deeper within his home country, that is here in Bermuda. So focusing on the background that you see behind me, the sculpture has deep ties with fishermen and sailors, but it's also a monument to generations of Bermudians who risked and sometimes lost their lives in the ocean. It honors local fishermen who cast their nets in hope, families who waded through storms that never ended, and it pays silent tribute to African ancestors, men, women, and children who perished during the horrors of the Middle Passage and being enslaved, taken away from their lives. Their stories are now entangled in the deep sea, but never forgotten. So Mr. Ming actually describes this statue, as again you see behind me here, as something that the memorial itself is shaped like an upturned vessel pointed to the sky, standing atop a compass direct east, a beacon for those searching for hope across unknown waters. Sculptured textures, shells, barnacles of a map of Bermuda as well cling to its surfaces, and it reflects resilience, history, and loss. And inside, symbols of survival and time, a paddle, an hourglass, a life preserver, to remind us of how fragile and precious every voyage was as well.
That is awesome. And you know what's crazy? I'm going to be on audience. I want to ask you, how many of you knew about this memorial? I had no idea. I remember Friday you was telling me, and I didn't even know this. I didn't know it existed.
Yeah, there's actually some plaques that stand in the beginning and the front of it as well, for those who may have come up here, because it's deep in St. David's. It really is. It's past the school and upwards, but this one here that you'll see just holds some more memories and significance as well. As you enter into the memorial itself, you go right past those gates and you just walk up that pathway there to reach this site. And honestly, it's quite beautiful. The sun's coming out a little bit more now, so you even see it a little further. I'm just going to pick up my laptop so you guys can get even a better view and a close-up of the statue before I tell you guys what the weather is like today.
Oh, we're getting real live on site.
Closing down here, you can even see like the names of those who are lost at sea. Families can come and just mourn and be, as it sounds very windy out here, but mourn and just be in reverence of everything here. And again, the statue, the sculpture itself.
Wow. Well, we've got some audience members. Maya, Karen Simmons, she said, wow, Maya, I just walked across that memorial during the Palm Sunday walk. Didn't see all the details. We've got Mark Arthur C. Phillips says, I knew about it because it's my neighborhood. Polly Rich says, knew of it, quite moving. We've got Lorna Minor says, yes, I knew about it and been there. Suzanne Ingham said, I never heard about it, but I still haven't found it yet.
Really?
She says, I have heard of it, but still haven't found it. Wow. So it's at the end of St. David's, like the absolute end.
The absolute end. I'm going to take a little bit of a walk even further here. As you can see, this view is quite incredible, but it is at the absolute end of St. David's. If you go past, well, don't go past all the way up to the school yet, but it's the turn right before it as you pass the big St. David's field that everyone's quite acquainted to, where all the games happen, the cricket, football. But yeah, this is the pathway that you'll follow to come up. And that's a beautiful Bermuda view this morning.
Okay. Going on a nature walk. Maya, thank you so much for this. This is really helpful. We've got WKD Lama said I was made aware of it recently. I have family members lost to sea. Oh, very sad to hear that. We've got Michelle Dorr says I visited for the first time last May. Well, we Daily Hour team, we got to get out there. We got to go for a nature walk.
Indeed. It was actually unveiled here in about 2005. It came off the tragedy of the two men who were lost at sea here in Bermuda, Mr. Battersby and also Mr. Anderson, I believe, and no, Ednis, I believe. So this was a tragic happening that came to build this beautiful memorial for more families of those who have lost so many at sea in Bermuda.
Wow. Absolutely amazing. And what a tribute to those who have been lost at sea. Suzanne Ingham says, love that view. Thank you, Maya. Well, the weather looks pretty good outside, a bit of wind on in the country you're in right now.
It very much so is, yes. It is extremely windy. And just a good correction on the names, it is Mr. Battersby and Mr. Ednis.
Thank you. Okay.
Of course. All right. So closing out right now, as we're talking about the weather and how windy it is, just for your weather this morning, it's going to be a cloudy start with a chance of a few showers, but brighter in the afternoon. Some winds a little bit westerly, and we got a high of 71 out today. But it's looking pretty nice right now. If you're in other parts of the island, hopefully it's not as windy as it is up here, but maybe you could get outside today.
All righty. Maya, thank you so much for that. And before you head out, let me give you a days of the year. It is Monday, the 28th. And you know what today is? It's actually it's a lot, but I'm gonna go with it's Global Pay It Forward Day. Global Pay It Forward Day. When was the last time, audience? When was the last time you paid it forward with someone? Maya, when was the last time you paid it forward?
Oh man, I think I have to put a lot of thought into that one. I feel like it was recently up in when I was back in Toronto. However, there was a time recent that I was going to a coffee shop back in Toronto, and everyone in my line almost had theirs paid for because someone must have came in and put just a lot of money and said pay for everyone's coffee as long as it covers it, and mine was covered too, and I was like very shocked. So I think I would love to do that in Bermuda, maybe tomorrow. Pay for someone's coffee.
So I can't. The last time I paid was I gave someone my parking ticket, which had like an hour left, and I was leaving. But I would say paying it forward, not in a financial way. The last time I did that was on the airplane on Friday, where every woman that had a bag to put above her seat, I asked if they wanted help, and all but one said yes, because I think she thought I was hitting on her. But anyway, that was simple pay it forward, and all were so grateful. But I have a question. I'm gonna start some trouble. I'm gonna start a gender war right now, Maya.
Oh dear, here we go.
I'm gonna start something this way. Why you ladies be packing heavy carry-ons? We can't lift above the thing. You know I'm gonna be pressed or something.
You know what's funny is that?
Why do we do
it? Well, Jamal, you know that they don't weigh the carry-ons that you put above, but they want to weigh the suitcases, right? Come on now. We're thinking logically here. Someone's gonna lift the bag, so it's gonna get up there somehow. They can't move the plane without it getting up there. So there you go. It's more thinking with your argument than it is a gender war.
I feel so bad though. I'm like, I can't let this lady, and I don't care the age, but I'm just like, that's something you were taught in Bermuda as a child, right? If you see an older person, you get up, you give them a seat on the bus. As a young boy, you were taught you help the ladies. So I'm just, but I always wanted to ask one woman, tell me something. Those bags are so heavy, but I didn't want to get slapped. You know, some people, not everybody's the same. But Maya, thank you so much. Thank you for taking us on site. Oh, you put books are heavy, Maya. Well,
that's why they're not in my suitcase.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm sorry. Slow moment. Makes sense. Makes sense. We'll see you soon. We'll see you at the pizza party tonight for the Daily Hour. How about that?
Yes, you'll see me there.
Pizza party, folks. We're having a pizza party. Everybody, well, I can't tell you where because you all might show up. We'll see you soon, MP. Have a great day.
You too.
All right, my Palacio, folks. Anika the Shield says necessities in case luggage doesn't make it. Okay. Suzanne Ingham says, someone will help us. Yeah, that's how you lay this thing. All right, folks, we got to take a quick break. In the meantime, do your part. You don't have to pay for a subscription, and you don't have to advertise. But you can pay it forward, as it's Global Pay It Forward Day, by doing this simple thing right now. Whether you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, X, or Instagram, give us a like, love, follow, share, subscribe. Make sure as many people you know are tuned in as possible so that when Chasity Armstrong comes on after this break, we can have a very engaging conversation on what they're doing as they invest in young people and future IT professionals. Also, don't forget, I have a very big announcement at the end of this show that I think a lot of Bermudians will be happy about. Well, some. Not everyone likes me. We'll be back in a sec.
People's ACW, located at King Edward VII Memorial Hospital, carries over-the-counter medicines, toys, cards, and even toiletries. Our knowledgeable staff are there whether you're at emergency, visiting family, or a member of BHB staff, to show you our best even when you're feeling your worst. People's ACW, we're here for you.
Hi there, welcome to Medical House. We're located at number 6 Bakery Lane. I can't wait to show you all of the great stuff that we carry. Come on inside, let's see. Long days, long shifts, you no longer have to endure comfortable underwear. Designed by nurses, we now offer premium undergarments by Swoop that are unique, fun, comfortable, and functional. The only underwear you'll ever want to wear. Who says high quality functional products can be stylish and comfortable at the same time?
See it all at our new expanded location on Bakery Lane.
Attention home renovators and design lovers, your dream space starts here. The brand new Kohler retail showroom at BAC Group is now open, bringing you up to 35% savings on all Kohler products at U.S. manufacturer suggested retail prices. That means no extra fees, no freight, no wharfage, no duty, no document processing fees, just pure cutting-edge Kohler design at unbeatable value. From sleek kitchen and bathroom faucets, vanities, toilets, to statement sinks, walking tubs, and spa-worthy bathtubs, BAC brings innovation and luxury within reach. Visit the BAC showroom on Mill Creek Road today for style, quality, no surprises. Just color from BAC.
Discover Drop It, your go-to grocery delivery. Browse and select from a wide range of groceries, from fresh produce to daily essentials. Our friendly drivers deliver fresh groceries to your door fast, saving you time and hassle. With Drop It, you get fresh groceries delivered fast so you can focus on what really matters. Drop It, freshness at your doorstep, delivered to your door with Lindo's. Why go anyplace else?
Dreaming of expanding your business? With BDC's Loan Guarantee Program, we support your ambitions. Get up to 75% guarantee on bank or credit union loans up to $300,000. Just your vision and our support. Apply today and unlock new business opportunities. BDC, Bermuda business starts here.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Big Show. I'm Jamal Hartman. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House, Lindo's, and People's Pharmacy. Please don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Again, it's Global Pay It Forward Day. There's 100 and something of you tuned in right now across the various platforms. It's only about 16 of you that have actually done what I asked. So before we bring our guest in, it's Global Pay It Forward Day. Do us a favor. No subscription required, no advertising dollars needed. Whatever platform you're on, let's help beat the algorithm. Give us a like, love, follow, share, subscribe. It costs you nothing. Okay, I'm lying. It costs you about 5 seconds, but you get my point. All right, without further ado, we've got a very special guest today. We're going to be talking about the Technology Leadership Forum internship, summer internship program, and how they are investing in Bermuda's future IT professionals. to get us over that hump today, we've got Chasity Armstrong. Let's give it a warm TDH welcome. All right, calm down, calm down. Hi, Chasity, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you today?
I'm okay. Apparently, I'm smiling more than often, so I think I'm okay. Well, first of all, before we get into the conversation today, is Global Pay It Forward Day. Global Pay It Forward Day. What was the last thing you did to pay it forward for someone? I'm putting you on the spot.
Good Friday, not Good Friday, Easter Sunday.
Easter.
A few Bermudians of a little bit of us, we got together and made a hot cross buns, and I made some fish cakes for them because they were missing home and they didn't know how to, and I didn't know how to either. I looked up an internet recipe, but I just thought it'd be nice.
I love that. See, folks, something so simple. People missing home, getting together, and I gotta ask you though. You said you didn't know how to make them. Did they taste okay? And did anyone end up in the hospital?
No, it came out really good. They tasted really nice.
All right, Chasity, we'll take your word for it. But thank you so much for stopping by this morning. So I'm excited when I see programs like this because I love and value young people. As you can probably tell from our team, we have some young members of the Daily Hour team, and we're fighting for some young people to get more into our media space. But before we jump into the meat of the conversation this morning, just tell the audience a bit about your background and what it is that you do.
Okay, so I'm currently a student. I do cybersecurity at the University of Kent. I'm in my second year, so I only have 1 year left. And that's basically it. What I do now. I'm a student.
All right, still a student. I love it. And here to inspire us through this conversation. For those who may not be familiar, can you tell us a bit about the Technology Leadership Forum Summer Internship Program? Like, what is it all about?
The program is basically an initiative to encourage young students interested in the IT sector in Bermuda. So it allows for us to be immersed in the IT space and also allows for employers to see the IT potential in Bermuda.
Okay, that's pretty straightforward. So one of the things I read was that today's IT leaders are faced with increasing challenges in recruitment, development, and retention of quality staff. How does this program help tackle some of those issues?
So with the TLF's program, we learn how to put ourselves in the professional space. It teaches us the basic of IT, including stuff like web development, cybersecurity, and then having a chance to work within a business in Bermuda allows for you to apply this knowledge. Constant feedback, so you know what to work on, and then you can use this knowledge and take it within you when you go and work full time.
I really want to say this real quickly because a lot of people don't know this, but my first major when I went off to college, left Bermuda, was actually IT. And while my grades weren't bad, they were better than I was in high school. One of my professors was like, "You talk too much to do this." No, I'm being dead serious. Like you talk too much. You need to do something else because you can't. A computer's not going to talk back to you. They do now though with AI, right? They do talk back. But my point is, I had an interest in IT at one point, but I was told, go do something else, brother. I don't know if that was a compliment or not, but I value IT, the importance of it. Chasity, can you just walk us through the 12 to 13 week internship experience? Like, what does it look like for students?
Okay, during 12 to 13 weeks, you're not only working within the TLF where you have to develop a application. So basically for my program, we had to code a healthcare app where you can see doctor information, you can book appointments, and just see information about practices in Bermuda. You not only have to do that, but you work 9 to 5 within the company in Bermuda. I worked with Deloitte, I worked with the IT advisory department. So it's basically a conjunction internship where you're doing web development and you're working on 9 to 5.
I love that. I love that. It sounds like real work, and that's what it should be.
Yeah.
You worked in various disciplines. What type of real world experiences and instructor-led classes are students exposed to during the program?
Okay, so we're able to learn hard skills such as open source programming. You learn audit, you learn compliance and security. Then you're also able to learn soft skills like communication, customer service. You learn how to network. You learn how to write a proper resume. So that's basically what we learn. It helps you as an all-around person instead of just working on how to code, how to use a computer, how to turn off a computer. So I think having everything combined like that, you learn hard skills and soft skills is very beneficial and professional in Bermuda.
Audience, if you have any questions for Chasity, please send them through. I think that's so important what you just said, because back when I went to school, IT people were seen as people who weren't communicators or only focused on computers and technology. I'm so happy to hear that it's a more well-rounded experience and they'll be learning the soft skills, customer service, and so on, because although they're just working on computers, they may have to deal with various people throughout a company and sometimes people outside of the company. So I appreciate that right there. All right, so let's speak to the benefits of this program for employers. How is this going to benefit employers who are going to be employing these people from the program?
So TLF, basically, they grow a group of IT professionals in Bermuda. So anyone in that have completed the TLF program has the basic knowledge and basic skills to be successful in the workplace. You also have these companies that allow to see how IT professionals work, because you're coming in, you're sitting with them, you're learning about them, you're getting to know the company. So the TLF program allows for you to get to know about IT, but also the company to get to know you and other IT professionals in Bermuda.
All righty. We've got, again, if you have any questions for Chasity, send them through. Emily Gildill says, so proud of you, Chasity. And we've got Dr. Lugo says, well done, Chasity. Nice to see and hear from you. Okay, you've got some fans out there. And we've got Suzanne Ingham says, Miss Armstrong, and she's giving you, I don't know if that's the air horn and the Bermuda flag. So you've got some fans out there. Chasity, who's eligible to apply for this internship program?
So people eligible, you have to be in your first or second year of university or college, or any recent graduates that are enrolled in the IT field.
Okay. I can't apply then, folks. I'm ruled out, but I know somebody who can do it. What's the deadline and where can people go for more information?
So tlf.bm, you can apply and find more information. Deadline is April 30th, so you have 2 days to get your application together if you're interested.
Indeed. Okay. 2 days, folks. Honestly, audience, if you know someone who is studying in this field, please, this is why I ask people to share these conversations with your friends, your family, your colleagues. Please, if you know someone, they've got 2 days. What is it? TLF.bm?
Yes, TLF.bm.
Yeah, I'm on the website right now. I have TLF.bm/programs, folks, /summer-internships. I'm giving you all the info. I'm helping you out. We've got Hannah C. Says, TLF alumni TLF alumni also benefit from ongoing opportunities for personal/professional development and networking within the industry. It's an amazing program. Thanks, Chasity, for representing India. Chasity, individually, before you head out, what advice would you give to someone who's a first or second year IT student who might be on the fence about this program?
I would say to just do it. Honestly, when I did it, I just graduated with my associates in business administration. I knew nothing, and I mean nothing about IT, but the program allowed me to gain basics before going into university. It allowed me to get to know people within the industry, and they are so welcoming. They're always there to help you. So if you're nervous about IT, especially IT in Bermuda, just don't be, because there's a large group of people that are always there to help and push you. And this program allows you to learn a lot, things that you don't think you need, it teaches you. So just do it. That's basically it. Just do it.
Chasity, thank you so much for making time for us this morning. Folks, you've got 2 days, April 30th. If you or someone you know is a first or second year student studying IT, please reach out, apply. If you know someone who you know knows someone, let them know. Chasity, have a wonderful day, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Nice talking to you.
All right, Chasity Armstrong, folks, if you appreciated the conversation, please give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. We're going to take our final break. Remember, I said I had something to tell you. I'm not going to tell you if you don't repost, share. I mean, share it in your WhatsApp groups. But I've got something to tell you after this break. And I want to see if you got this daily play too. It's Bermuda Trivia. We'll be back in a sec.
April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month. Children depend on every single caring adult in our community to make sure they are safe from sexual harm. Keeping them safe not just in April, but every day. Whether you're a parent, a guardian, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, or a caregiver, we ask that you take just 3 hours out of your busy schedule to learn what you can do to make sure the precious children in your life are protected. They are worth it. Join the SCARS certified adults by simply visiting our website to sign up for a free SCARS training session. Learn about online and body safety, how to protect them, and how to respond if they are harmed. This information is vital to their well-being and their future. Because they are children, it is our responsibility, Bermuda, to protect them. Visit scarsbermuda.com and learn what you can do to help the child in your life stay safe.
Considering the increasing challenges faced by financial institutions, the need for insurance protection is a critical component of the risk management framework. At Friesenbrook, our priority is to safeguard your assets with the most optimal, cost-effective risk management cover to help protect your business, whether it be cyber, directors and officer liability, professional indemnity, or property insurance. Call us on 296-3600 to learn more about our full suite of competitive corporate insurance products. At Friesenbrook, we provide insurance you can count on.
BAC's new color showroom is now open. Throughout April, for every $50 spent, your name will be entered to win great raffle prizes. Come learn from BAC, where luxury meets affordability.
Looking for the best care for your pets? Novazok Feed and Supply has everything you need, from top quality foods to toys and supplies. We've got it all. Join our frequent buyer program and earn rewards every time you shop. Plus, we've been awarded the Clever Customer Initiative program for helping you save more. And don't forget, we open an hour early on Saturdays so you can get a head start on your pet care. Visit us today or shop online for easy pickup or delivery. Your pets will thank you.
Join us as we celebrate 5 years and 1,000 plus episodes of community conversations on Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. The Daily Hour Gala takes place on April 26th at LF Wade International Airport. For more information and advance tickets, please send an email to admin@bermudacommunications.com. We look forward to celebrating all that's great about our community with all of you.
You know, we left that commercial in just to rub it in, but hey, it's done. It happened. Thanks to those who were there. And if you missed it, maybe next time, if there's a next time. But anyway, welcome back. Thanks again to Chasity Armstrong and TLF for joining us this morning for that most important conversation. Again, if you appreciated the conversation, please give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Make sure you share the conversation with your friends, your family, and your colleagues. Folks, it's time for the Daily Play, but before that, I just want to give a special shout out and thanks to the BAC group of companies, Medical House Lenders, and People's Pharmacy for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. I am overly grateful for their support. Without their support, we would not be able to do what we do for you. All right, it is time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Bermuda Trivia, now available at stores throughout Bermuda. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. All right, audience, here we go. Here's your Bermuda trivia question for today. Who was the first Black mayor of Hamilton? we gonna learn today? Someone said Lawson map. No. Someone said Lawson map again. No. All right. Let me share it with you, audience. It's not Lawson map. There we go. There we go. The first Black mayor of Hamilton was Cecil Dismont, elected in 1988. Yes, Dismont is right. Dismont is right. I'm glad that this show exists to do these questions. You know, it was Bermuda Trivia was born out of us doing this. So I am so happy when we do this and people know and don't know, because I'm being very honest with you all. I honestly did not know half of the things that I ask you. So I'm learning as well. I'm learning as well. So I told you I have a little announcement for you, right? Well, I didn't say little, but I told you I had a little something to share with you, right? No, maybe I should share it after. Maybe I should share tomorrow. What you think? Maybe I should share with you tomorrow. How do you feel about that, folks? Share it tomorrow, or you want to hear, like, you want me to tell you today? Let's take a vote. If you want me to share what I was going to tell you today, just tell me you want to hear today. You want to hear today? And it's not an April Fool's joke. I'm being honest, not an April Fool's joke. Okay, so Rosalind Famous says now. Mark Arthur C. Phillips, he says share now. Karen Simmons, at least she says please. Share it now, please. Today says Kenton Trott. Right now says Mark Arthur C. Phillips. Today says Rosalind Famous. Mark Arthur C. Phillips says stop playing fam. And today Michelle White said right now. Oh, I like this one. No, why wait? Well, you all waited to get your tickets and couldn't make it to the gala, so why not wait? See what I did there? No, we've sold up. We didn't have the space for you all. Manuela Jones said today. Now, says Hedley Swan, today. So everyone wants to hear today. All right. Michelle White says, Jamel, there's people who've got to get to work, so do it now. Well, why can't you all be like Hedley and Swan? You heard what she said during the tributes on Saturday. She said, you know, I tell my boss I'm gonna be late and I'll work later. And I'm not trying to encourage that. All right, here's the news, folks. And being very transparent with you, since the Daily Hour began, pretty much every media company in Bermuda has been a friend of ours and offered to work with us. However, we've been unable to move forward with either because it just did not make sense or was not the right time. What I will share with you today is that as of June, we will be on the radio. So you all who have that bad data in Bermuda will have the opportunity to listen to us in your car. So you don't have to see my face and you won't have to worry about being late for work. Ain't you happy about that? Isn't that some good news for you all? You don't have to see my face and you can listen, but also you'll be on your way to work. I will let you know what station in due time, but we will be on the radio mornings going forward as of June. Yeah, let's get an air horn. Yes, let's get an air horn. So looking forward to getting back on the radio airwaves and continuing to engage with you all. Really, really looking forward to it. Kenton Trott, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. Rosalind Famous says congratulations. And Kenton Trott, awesome news for TDH. And Karen Simmons, blowing her horn. So no, I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm excited. It makes sense now. And I know we had a lot of people asking you to send us messages. Can you get on the radio? Can you do this? And we had to make sure it was the right time and the right opportunity. And we're excited for what's to come. And the partnerships and collaboration. As I said on Saturday night, none of us own this space. The work that we do is of service to the community. It really is. And ensuring that everyone has access to the things that we discuss is imperative to moving our country forward. So I'm happy, I'm excited. I hope that we can continue to evolve and grow together. And for everyone who wanted me to tell you now and tell you today, I hope that that satisfies the interest that you had and wanted me to share. Thank you, Michelle. She says that's amazing progress, but some people like to see your face. Thank you. Well done, says Michelle Doors. Headley and Swan says awesome. However, we love looking at your face too. See, I was trying to get you guys to work earlier. That's great news. Says I prefer to see you all though. Says Polly Rich. And Karen Simmons says the only station would be Insider Communications, surely. Well, you'd be surprised. You would be surprised, but I will let you know. I will let you know in due time. Like I said, we are flattered that most mediums have reached out to ask us, but we will let you know what station in due time. But just to wrap it up, regarding the value of media, I take what we do very seriously. This team, you may not see their faces all the time. I know Charles said earlier that he missed Sherry being there, the only TDH member he's never met in person. And I did mention her name first on Saturday. Yes, she's still part of the team. She's actually back in Atlanta watching bingo for me, my plant. Yes, bingo, my plant. And no one's here to laugh at me in person today, but she's watching her godson or goddaughter bingo for me. But every member of this team works so hard, honestly. And the reason you don't see their faces all the time or every day is because the amount of work it takes to go into one episode. Remember, as of last year, April, I'm full-time doing this. And so I have the time to do it on a daily basis. It takes about 3 hours to prepare for 1 hour of show, if not more. So the fact that you all value and show appreciation means so much. In the past, there may have been times where it seemed like some folks just turned on their computer and opened their mouths. The responsibility that we have to the public is something we can't take for granted. Because in order for you to value us, we must show that we are of value to you. As far as the conversation with Chasity, I love when young people are so invested in the things that they want to do. Hungry and knowledgeable. Anyone in that TLF program, someone more seasoned, could have come on this morning and had that conversation. But I absolutely love that she came to engage. And you can hear from someone who recently was involved in it. This is why we put people up in the front. This is why with us on this show, we're happy to welcome young people into the space. And they'll tell you, I will throw them in the deep. That's how I learned. And direct as needed. If you know someone or someone you know may know someone, they've got 2 days to sign up and register for the TLF Summer Internship Program. Go to, what is it? Let me go to the website, tlf.bn. All right. I've got to give you a daily inspiration, don't I? Here's your daily inspiration for today. Quote, "You're braver than you believe and stronger than you seem and smarter than you think," end quote. I like that. Doesn't have an author. I guess it's unknown right there. Michelle White says it's important for the public to know what it takes to produce the show. That info does add value too. Well done, TDH team and leader Jamel. Thank you. And once again, I just want to give a big shout out to the Ministry of Tourism, Transport, Culture, and Sport, People's Pharmacy, as well as the Bermuda Economic Development Corporation. And for those who weren't there, we awarded both medical house and People's Pharmacy with community partner awards. People's Pharmacy in particular, when this show first started during the pandemic, the height of the pandemic, Tamara Richardson of People's Pharmacy would come on this show and she would tell you she's not a pharmacist, but she would give the simplest advice so that we can all help ourselves. Folks, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm sorry. Don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Thanks again to our partners, the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy, for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you tomorrow. I'm Jamal Hartman. Please do make it a safe and a great day. We are out. Peace.